a dark and dangerous day. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the small town of Crescent Ridge. It was a quiet place, one where everyone knew everyone else's business, and the hum of daily life seemed to be controlled by the rhythm of tradition. Yet, beneath the surface of this idyllic community, there lingered an undercurrent of tension, a tension that seemed to always target Malik Evans. Malik, a 16-year-old high school student, had spent his entire life here. He was smart, athletic, and known for his quiet strength. But in Crescent Ridge, being an African-American teenager sometimes meant you weren't quite seen as one of the locals. Malik knew it. He felt it every time he walked down Main Street, every time he entered a classroom, or when he went to the local diner and felt the eyes of the townsfolk narrow in his direction. Despite the challenges, Malik was proud of his heritage. His father, James Evans, had been a beloved figure in Crescent Ridge until tragedy struck. James had been a cop, a dedicated officer who had worked to ensure the community was safe, regardless of who lived in it. But one night, while responding to a domestic disturbance call, James was shot and killed by a criminal who didn't care about race, only about escaping justice. The loss had shattered Malik. But what shattered him even more was the community's reaction. Some mourned his father's death, but others whispered cruel things behind closed doors. Some of those same people who had looked up to James when he wore the badge now looked at Malik with contempt. They didn't know how to reconcile their admiration for his father with their deep-seated prejudices. For Malik, this meant facing hate that he couldn't understand. On this particular afternoon, Malik was walking home from school, lost in thought. It was a warm fall day, and the air had a crisp edge to it, signaling that winter was coming. His hands were in his pockets, and the collar of his jacket was turned up to ward off the wind. He was used to the whispers, the stares, but today something felt different. There was an unsettling presence in the air, as though something was about to happen. That something soon revealed itself. As Malik walked along the sidewalk, a group of boys from his school appeared in front of him. Malik recognized them instantly. They were known as the Red Hand, a local gang whose members prided themselves on their deep-seated hatred of anyone they deemed different. Their leader, Carson Hayes, was a lanky, pale-skinned kid with a cruel smirk that could freeze a person's blood. His gang was made up of a few others, mostly just kids who liked to feel powerful by terrorizing others, especially those who looked different from them. "Well, well, well," Carson said, his voice dripping with mockery. "If it isn't Malik Evans, the boy whose father thought he could change this town." He took a step forward, the other boys snickering behind him. Malik's stomach twisted. He had dealt with them before, but never in a situation like this. The others were staring at him, their eyes full of hate. They didn't just want to fight Malik. They wanted to make a statement, to break him, to show him that no matter what his father had done, he was still nothing in their eyes. "What do you want, Carson?" Malik asked, his voice low and calm despite the rising anger inside him. Carson grinned, his sharp teeth bared. "Oh, nothing much. Just thought we could have a